Hello guys, happy Sunday afternoon guys. Welcome to some running in the LMGT3 cars around the Le Mans racetrack. Guys, we're about to get going in a couple of moments with the BMW today. I'm quite unsure yet whether I want to be racing the BMW or whether I want to be racing the McLaren tonight. However, to find out, obviously need to do laps, which is why I decided to maybe give a little bit of a goodie tonight in terms of an additional stream, right? So, since we're running this race tonight, it is important to get going with a good bunch of laps in here. And I think we just head out straight away, trying to maximize the BMW for the moment. We'll see how that goes. I'd like to welcome you guys to the stream. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. Hey Davidos, how are you doing, bro? And headlights on. I think we only have medium tires available here anyway. Mediums are wet, yes indeed. Alright, let's just see how it goes. It is obviously going to be a huge race tonight. 2.4 hour special events always have been good, you know. On the Le Mans Ultimate service, we're looking really forward to hopefully a fierce racing tonight. I need to be quite honest with you. I'm quite unsure whether it is more a hypercar OP race or whether it is more an LMGT3 kind of race. I guess we need to find out tonight. Obviously there was a poll going on my YouTube channel asking you guys as in what kind of class that you prefer, and to my surprise it was quite equal between the LMGT3 and the hypercar. I thought quite equal, it's like 55 versus 45% of the votes. But you know, if it was like 70-30 towards the LMGT3s, I wouldn't have been surprised. So, yeah. That is the situation. Hey Amir, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. The drizzling on the sound reminds me so much of the BMW M8 GTE from our Factory 2. Mighty Mouse, hey there, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. Welcome, everyone. Man, that gearbox is goddamn long. And I can tell you, into Indianapolis, those GT3s do not necessarily feel too great. Gotta say, generally speaking, like, Le Mans feels a bit odd in those GT3, GTE kind of cars, as like, it feels so slow, and a 4-minute lap time is just even more painful than a 320 something, you know. As a huge LMU fan, you've witnessed some good iRacing converts. Oh, you mean like iRacing drivers converting towards Le Mans Ultimate? That sounds like good news indeed. You have a few things for me to talk about, Army, and now it's getting interesting. Feel free to hit me up for sure. Gonna have a look at your messages as soon as I can. Mikel Rodriguez, that is exactly the race we're going to do as well. Like, historically, the 8 PM Central European time race has always been populated the most. So, no purple sector 1 time for us. Yeah, Johnny, I really had higher temperature in the Porsches, but that is probably because the BMW is really set up for cornering performance, right? I'm gonna actually improve the traction controller slightly a little bit. Hey Florian, how you doing? Thank you for joining. Oh, the guys have to fix those screen freezers going into turn, like whenever someone joins. Maybe I should probably just grab the railroad going offline testing, not being bothered too much with all these things. At least some purple middle sector, 95.3. I'm just not purple by like 15 thousandths, no 5 thousandths in sector 1. Don't know what sector 2 is looking like though, but that may mean like sector 2 and sector 3 time, like it will depend, but I might actually not be much quicker than that 4033, which would be a bummer. Question is, how much more will those tires heat up in this lap compared to the out lap before already? Hey Mark, how are ya? Sam the Sun, hey bro, thank you for joining. Army, I'm doing good. I'm doing alright, thank you for asking. It's been a chilly weekend so far. I have to admit I kinda needed it. Thank you so much. And here you feel the limits of the tire model really, like as soon as the upper surface turns orange, you're overheating the tires a lot. The first lap time is indeed only a 4:02. That was a good looking. High grip. Rip. I know people can do sub 4 minutes. But right now I have absolutely no idea how. Terry. I mean, like, you know, left and side tires are already on 108 degrees, so we only have mediums available in that car. 50-degree track temp is also horrendously high. Matthias Jorbecken, thank you so much for your follow on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated. And Katsu Ether, thank you also for your follow on Twitch. Welcome. You survived turn 1. Why that though? Like, did it just crash for you from session transmission, or was there anything more special? That was quite late on the brakes. Seemingly the car held on to it. Davidos, because we're doing this in summer and there's a 24-hour cycle, so there's always an opportunity and a chance for the rain, right? You can probably brake so damn late into Mulsanne corner. Mats, that is absolutely correct. As long as you are in an absolute straight braking, you can hammer the brakes a lot and just lean on the ABS. The moment you start turning in for a turn, for a corner, you want to be drail braking. You want to not be on the ABS, because the ABS will introduce a lot of understeer. So you'll see, like, as long as we're here straight, we go and hammer the ABS, and then as soon as we turn in, we open up the brake. Same again for this one, straight, we're on the ABS, and the moment we turn in, opening up the brake, allowing for rotation. So guys, and then a big massive shout out to you for reaching 11.5k subscribers on the YouTube channel. What an awesome achievement towards the end of the year here. So meanwhile we're entering Porsche corners without hypercar traffic. 1.6 up. Slow down the car a lot more so you stay tight. Yeah, that is still the same delta, but because I'm not running too wide here, should gain a lot more time. 2 seconds up. Indeed. Oh, that feels unreal. You can quite cut across those curves. 4 minutes flat, 0.4. see the third lap then. That's all no track limits. Grand Merle, thank you for joining. We are on a 49-inch ultra widescreen here. Hey Daryl. Sorry, Daryl, that was your question. 49-inch. Grant, I don't have the issue. I updated my crew chief like a week ago with 7 or 8 sound packs. So I can't really report on having the same issue. Maybe you don't want to do it in the freezer. Well, of course, you're more than welcome to do it tonight in the 8 PM race. Privilege! Thank you very much for 31 Prime month in a row and 38 total. Giga support, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. This is something I can't quite comprehend yet, like the braking so late that you're like really on the edge of losing the car. But then you see on the exit it is much better to just not be that much on the edge and hold on to what the car's capable of. But being late on the brakes is obviously important as we go into Mulsanne corner. And then I think if I'm pitch perfectly onto the approach into Indianapolis, could find more time. Christian, a lot of people will do the 8 PM race. It's like the high SOF race, so to say. I mean, something that is great about ABS, whenever you are like sideways coming into Indianapolis, it just go fully hit the brakes and your car will absolutely straighten out. That is obviously what ABS has been done for in the first place. .49 was too much of a tank view. What do you consider too much of a tank view there? That rear is loose though. There's a track limit, quite rightly so. Still got to finish the lap. Would have been a 59.8. I'm a bit like the rear is a tiny little bit too loose to me. Gonna have a look into the suspension. The only real bummer for me is that the BMW doesn't allow for any suspension settings. Not suspension settings. Doesn't allow for any. Where can I put the real road? Thought there was an opportunity to save the real road somewhere. Bear with me. Where could I save the real road? Look at me, haven't done things in a long while. Live timing. Or can I only save the real road out of a private session? Yes, Flynn, no differential settings. That is a bit meh, to be fair. Yeah, okay. Oh, now the rain fucking starts. No. Okay, I quit to the main menu here, and I think I need to do the same kind of testing on offline, like... And I hope it gives me an autosave real road. Let me see. Otherwise, race weekend. The month. GT3. Beamer. Advanced options. Heavy preset. We're gonna just take that. No, we're gonna take autosave. So that should give me the last one. Let's see how it works. Alright, guys, if you appreciate the streaming, if you appreciate the content, please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe us on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done already, and note down 8 PM Central European Time tonight for the green flag in the 2.4 hours of Le Mans coming up tonight. We are going to be... Why did this not... I did not save it, did I? I did not F save. I'm about to lose my gist again. Yeah, so stream tonight is about to start at 7 PM already for a little bit more of practice. Brian, thank you for joining. Hello. Yeah, but I mean, you know, the test drive should give you at least the same amount of options, right? Meanwhile, the real road looks sort of the same. I think the BMW is indeed one of the GT3s that feels a bit easier to be driven. So does the Ferrari, very much balanced. I am just unsure about the Ferrari's performance around here. PGX Yonk, thank you so much for the follow. And Jan Stolek, thank you for your subscription on the YouTube channel as well. Do you guys even hear that box when there is a subscriber? Because it should. Where is the alert box? There it is. It should give you an audio. But it hasn't came up for me in a long while. Likely because it comes through the desktop, right? Yeah. No need to think about fixing that in a while, but... Actually, let me see if I can quickly give it a quick fix before carrying on with the drive. So I think if I go audio and say application audio, then it should give me Streamlabs, and then I can go with the Streamlab labels, and now you guys should be able to hear the subs. Have you been able to hear it beforehand? But you do, okay, give it a try now, guys. Would appreciate this. If someone, feel free to unsub, resub, or unfollow, refollow. There we go. But still not, right? Okay. Did you hear it? I go audio. Still not listening. Copy. What else do we have? Stream labels, that's the only thing. No, doesn't trigger it. Can I give it some master set volume? Now it's Discord spin wheel credits. Jar general settings. No, I can't get it done. Okay, that is a project for Christmas then. I'm afraid. I would like to thank you guys for the support. For Jirict and Nicodano for helping out on the question that we have here. That story for us for the moment. Hey Pavel. Nicodano, you love the A84 Plus on the rig. That's a special feature, right? We're gonna see it in action tonight. That is for sure. But for the time being, we're trying to see the BMW in action, and we're trying to compare the BMW to the McLaren 720 or the Ferrari later on. I'm not quite sure which car really I want to take. Jerked. Do I like AMS2? I think I like it as a sim where you're gonna just be hopping on and enjoy a little bit of racing for sure. It works quite well, and I think it is quite awesome as well. On the physical side of things, we'll have to see in the long run, right? Like, physic-wise, the thing is also enjoyable. I think the drift and slip slide is a little bit overdone. However, we are still offering setups for AMS2 as well, so if you go to our setup shop www.improveyourlaptime.com, then you'll find a tab for setups regarding AMS2, and there you'll find setups for cars in the future, mainly that are going to be run on low fuel motorsport system, but also obviously going to be on request and on demand. MD, my rig is a Simlab P1-X, I think. Yeah, that rear looks a little bit more in place right now. Whether that actually is the case or whether that is me just slip and sliding around, we'll find out. But I think that car is a bit more stable now. Terry, honestly, like the driving itself, I'm enjoying as well. Don't get me wrong. Ah, no. Starting over the track limits quite badly. Oh, we need to do a shoulda, woulda, coulda at the end of the lap, looking onto my dash on the steering wheel. What kind of lap time we would have been at. This is another track limit anyway. Quickly start a recording software. Matza here, yeah? Well, how long have you been done iRacing, and why would you think currently you're not enjoying it that much? Hey Ian Marshall, how are you, bro? Thank you for joining. Oops. Still more slip and slide. honestly, if people enjoy Le Mans, if people enjoy Le Mans Ultimate right now, they also might enjoy Automobilista 2, and vice versa. Like, when you enjoy the slip slidiness and the driftability of Automobilista 2 cars, but think it's a little bit overdone, then I believe Le Mans Ultimate will be the perfect counterpart to that, where you still can have a little bit of a slip slide, but also like clean and non-slidey driving is very much beneficial. Mark, you think iRacing physics are a bit outdated? Copy. Too much on the ABS, and you see constant understeer going on, right? I hear you, Mats. Yeah, sometimes it's good to try something different and resharpen the focus, right? Terry, I have significant doubts on their new tire model to be a game changer for iRacing. I think if anything, it will make a couple of things much worse. Like, you've seen the issues we have with the new Ferrari hypercar right now, and the GTPs being way too quick. I think that is going to be a huge issue for them. Ranayala, thank you very much for the follow, welcome. The Sabam, hello there, how you doing, bro? Okay, so first lap is done. It is more like an artificial lap time, but we're still gonna have a look at it. 4 minutes flat point 4. So very comparable to the lap time that we just did before in the practice session. This is a downforce issue on iRacing, I'd say. Mats, then you're not the classic average iRacing fanboy, I guess. Because iRacing fanboys are defending iRacing, whatever they do with whatever they can be defended with. Zayev1, thank you for the follow. Hello and welcome. Like, we had obviously a couple of tweets around the shenanigans with the Ferrari GTP and the new tire model and so on. And when I posted a one-to-one lap comparison about the Toyota that you can enjoy on my YouTube channel right now, and saying like, this is how real as it can get, where the lap time in the sim is just 0.009 of a second slower than the lap time in the real qualifying put in by a hypercar. They came like, let's just have a look at the player numbers and then like insert the more ultimate player count here. And I'm like, and don't worry, it is a like well-respected person for me in sim racing, but I was like, dude, we're talking about physics, not player numbers right now. But you know, it was completely neglecting about the fact that the physics are just wrong, which was the main story of the posts being put out by iRacing veterans as well, like big streamers like Pablo Arujo, Yuri Karsdorp, Jimmy Broadbent also made a post about it. And this is like what gets me annoying. Like, yeah, let's not talk about player numbers, because like you could arguably say I'm playing a game with less than 1,000 concurrent player numbers for 7 years, and I'm still sticking to it because I have my beliefs in the physics and so on. If I would just been gone by the player count and judging the best game by the player count, I would have probably ended up on, I don't know, F1 20 whatever. Not even iRacing, right? Or Gran Turismo, or I don't know what. It is important to compare the sim, because like sim racing is in a special environment, whereas, you know, when there's Fortnite tournaments, there is not a Fortnite version A, B, C, D, E or whatever. When we're speaking about sim racing though, we have sim racing game 1, 2, 3, like, you know, with iRacing, Race Room, Assetto Corsa, R-Factor 2, Le Mans Ultimate, the list is endless. All of them have their pros and cons, of course, which is very important. We're coming around. What is a lap time gonna look like? Please no cuts. And lap time is worse than before. 1.1. I'm just not feeling too comfy with those GT3s apparently. Anyway, let me come back to the point that I tried raising here. When speaking about iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate, we all have our own beliefs and own preferences, and that is perfectly fine, right? It is just, we cannot compare our business to all those other esport businesses where there's only like one single game, and that's what the esport is about. Because of the nature of how sim racing is set up in the overall gaming business and overall gaming industries, it is more than natural that we start comparing iRacing versus R-Factor 2 versus Le Mans Ultimate versus R-Factor, then all these games again with Race Room and whatnot, and that is to an extent absolutely right, because it is absolutely fair to do so. Like, all those simulations are offering cars, all those simulations are offering tracks and a racing and a driving experience and whatnot, but they are all different and to an extent incomparable between each other. And in a way, that is perfectly fine. And in another way, it means we're all neglecting the fact that these incomparable options or incomparable parameters, like if you would take iRacing LMH 499P Ferrari hypercar compared to the Le Mans Ultimate kind of hypercar, then on the same track you'll find a lap time difference of 7.5 to 8 seconds, right? And so you can't really compare these cars, because one has been done on a different engine than the other one. Secondly, the iRacing one has a F1 Mercedes AMG car kind of hybrid that has been tuned down and been put into the LMDH in the first place, and now that has just been, I think, copied out and put into the Ferrari, which is like wrong on so many levels, as the Ferrari is an LMH car and therefore has a complete different characteristic in driving and deploying, which is right now not even replicated in the iRacing world, right? So that in itself makes it kind of hard to compare it to Le Mans Ultimate. RSR Adam and Grobsky, thank you so much for joining. So I think with the setup change that I did, I've taken out the rotational performance of the car, so trying to counter steer that something. In the hope that this is working. Gonna find out about how good that will work. And I think then it's time for me to also jump into the McLaren and see what I can do with that machine. Raiders, because people are all into the special event for this weekend. Where you can also join as being like bronze 3 or silver 1. Like, I think it's the same entry level than into the intermediates. Hey Dave, how you doing? Do I agree with Gamer Muscle that he says there is no feeling of grip threshold in the tyre model on more Ultimate? I would say yes and no. He is right to an extent that once you're in the turn and the tyre is overheating and therefore losing the grip and performance, you don't necessarily feel the change of grip conditions on the FFB or whatever. I might agree with that, but generally speaking, and I think this is what FFB is more important about, like, you get a good feeling about what the car's actually doing, whether the car's sliding, whether the car's oversteering, whether the car is okay, understeer. The understeering itself isn't that pronounced on the FFB. I may give him that. Like when I get understeer with the GT3s, I'm most likely hitting the ABS and therefore being unable to rotate the car. That is how I feel understeer. And then like the wheel is rumbling all the way. Like we can have a look into Mulsanne corner where I'm braking too late. Like here you see the steering wheel is shaking when I'm in that right hand side position to try and go for the turn. This is where I do feel the understeer indeed, but it is not understeer per se, it is more like an introduced understeer by the ABS doing its job, rather than the tyre understeering from going too fast into a turn. Yeah. Gropsky, what is the entrance level? Silver 1. You need up to 7 to 10 flawless races and beginners to be in Silver 1. And by flawless I mean no track limits, no contacts, finish that last all the time and so on. Ada, I'm going to be in the 8 PM session, but I'm not sure if I'm going to pick a BMW or a McLaren or a hypercar. So the issue seemingly has been fixed, what I tried fixing. But then again, this is just the outlap. Ada, what did you end up lap time with McLaren? What car is my main right now? Like, first of all, I'm a hypercar guy. But then this week in Interlagos I raced Corvette, and Imola I took the Ferrari. Tonight I'm taking either BMW, McLaren or Ferrari. And next week I think I'm gonna go back to the Hypers. The Corvette is 8 kph down on all other GT3 cars indeed. Corvette is a Le Mans, I think. Sadly. Or goodly, like, I don't know if I want to wrestle the Corvette around the circuit, to be entirely honest with you. Antonio Otto, thank you very much for your subscription on the YouTube channel. Welcome. You can do 59 race pace in the McLaren. Well, see, we can do that as well. I mean, arguably we could. When being on the server, I think I haven't had the quite match perfect lap, but it was like 59 high at best. So other way also like slip sliding the car, or were you just driving it completely normal? Ed Il Pulso, hello. How many FFP you set in the game? I don't know by heart. 45, 55, something like that. 40% right now on that BMW. Johannes Trumpman, I'm on a 49-inch ultra-wide screen. Larry Blair, thank you very much for your subscription on the YouTube channel. Welcome. Appreciate your support. And if you guys are not yet followed on Twitch or yet subscribed on the YouTube channel, then give the stream a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, ring the bell for tonight's stream, and of course do the same on Twitch. Give us a follow and note down 8 PM. Oof. For tonight's 2.4 hour of Le Mans stream. So now comes the big question though, Porsche curves. How stable is the car around these corners? Lentillion, thank you so much for your raid with a party of 25, and you Ghost 9 and Johan, thank you for the follows, welcome. Lentillion, also thank you so much for your follow as well. Here we go into the Porsches, throwing the car, washing a bit white, and see that is the understeer where I would agree with Gamer Muscle, that you hardly don't feel. When the tires overheating and the car stops rotating, that is hard to fetch just with the FFP. I would even go as far as say you can't even fetch it. Ah, this is just about invalid. Stupid. Well, that is also more invalid anyway. I'm gonna take that lap for real though. That's why chicken hasn't been that close anyway. .185, so just about 59s. I would still consider the issue that I have fixed with the BMW. So I'm saving the setup, and then we're gonna have a look into the McLaren. How the McLaren is doing around here. So, and while we're loading into the session, I go for a quick pee break, and then I'll be right back. back to the McLaren then. Lentillion, thank you so much. Did you just do the event? Or what have you done? Right. Shiny Carb, I'm doing the 2.4 hour race at 8 PM. Usual prime time running here. Vital, thank you so much for your subscription. Welcome. Appreciate your time. So can't wait to see the McLaren, probably driving completely different than the BMW. Racing. Oh, how is that to be understand? Is it Racing Dynasty or in Dynasty? Racing in Dynasty? Either way, thank you so much for your sub. Thank you so much for your support. Welcome to the stream. Hey, John. Yeah, like with a G920, you probably... The problem is, like, let's face it, the FFB adjustments or the FFB changes are so subtle in between that I think you might have a hard time perceiving them in the first place. So with a G20 920, you might be off a lot worse anyway in terms of feeling the fidelity. At Ilpolzo, I have so too. Feel free to share it to your friends, feel free to share it to whoever you think needs to see it. I think I've shared it everywhere I could. I hope we will get some comments, of course, if someone is thinking completely different about it. I'll be interested to know. Meeper, hey there, how are you? Alright guys, on the Twitch channel, 7.422 followers overall. I think my annual goal might sit at 7.5k, so if you're not yet followed, if you want to support this channel, then please go ahead, do so. Hit the follow button on the Twitch channel. Of course, if you haven't done already, also subscribe us on YouTube if you wish so. Me, I'm doing good, I'm doing alright. How about you? I'm just testing the McLaren 720S for the first time around Le Mans. And I may have to admit that I am quite far off the pace at the minute when it comes to GT3. Like, Ada Akan at 59s in the McLaren. Whee! Indianapolis is going to be horrendous. I'm going to be interested to see what I can do in that McLaren then. Historically, the BMW is a bit of a stronger car when it comes into high speeds areas and so on. I hear you, Lentinian. How did you like the first glimpse of Le Mans Ultimate? I need to stop making that wind out noise like it's becoming a pattern. It's also a reason why I can't compare this to iRacing. Like in iRacing, I wouldn't even have a chance to stay in line. Can't wait for the first couple of lap times. Luigi UK, thank you so much. Thank you, Pumpkin. Ah, that was a huge amount of luck introduced as well. But, coming back to the FFP point, this is something you can only do thanks to the feeling of the FFP, of course. So it gives you a clear direction of what's going on with the car, right? And this is where I think I'll need more support than in understeery situations, if that makes sense. I think my biggest issue with that McLaren is it likes to oversteer on entry and it likes to understeer on the exit. Logi, I would even go that far and say you won't even have any tyre anymore after the slide, like you would be rearwards into the barrier with a broken car. It's just my personal opinion on it. McLaren is... it's moving a lot on the brakes, let's say it like this. But of course that means we need to run a couple of laps here. Jesper, it is tonight at 8 PM. Well, there is multiple races going on. I think there is another one starting in 1 hour, and then there is another one at 8 PM, and even one at 10 PM or so. Central European time, that is. Simbago, yes. I'm driving that one. I guess Pepper Pray for Indy now. This is not the way you want to approach it, but it's good to know that the ABS is just helping you out. Dr. Reaver, let's go. Thank you for joining. How you doing, bro? Oh boy. Actioli Berican Cosa. Is that right? Thank you so much for your follow on the Twitch channel. Appreciate your time. Oh, it is understeer though. This is where I can't quite deal with the McLaren like its characteristica. And I think here you need to balance the car with the pedals pretty much. Like off the throttle, more rotation, on the throttle, more understeer. So you need to time and get that right pitch perfectly. Last lap time. 4:16. Remember, there is a good chunk of time left in Mulsanne 1. And there's also an off-track left into Pet Rouge. So, just from the way I'm driving that car, I don't think I'm going to drive the McLaren tonight. Yes, bro, I think that race at 8 PM is going to be loaded. It used to be the high SOF split, so to say. Oh, let's crank up the ABS a click. I don't think the sound is that much of a biggie. I agree with the rear end happiness, but that McLaren is just equally. I don't understand. Ada, are you still around? I have no idea how you can drive that car. To me, it's just absolutely understeering the shit out of it. Let's try this again. Simbigo, then right now you're doing a better job than me. Because I can't even get into any 350 something with the GT3s. I might be completely overdriving them to an extent. But I'm having severe issues with the overall balance of things, as you've seen already. Like, what I really can't deal with is the off-throttle snappiness of the cars. MRE89, thank you for the follow, welcome. Appreciate your time. So you better go a little more driving. Should probably still try the Ferrari real quick. Have I just put something on the setup now? That makes that car roll super badly. My only issue with the Ferraris is that it drinks fuel like I drink water. What do you mean that number's still misaligned? I think the biggest issue of over rotating the car into a turn on the brakes is like being too strong on the brakes, still running into the ABS. Once you're off the ABS, I think you can do like some really chilled and low pressure braking, dray braking kind of thing. But then if you get the full send right, I think you're gaining a lot of time. Agent 7, yes. It is bad to use the tires all the time, to use the ABS all the time. Can use it for stabilization on the straight brakings, but not into the braking into the corners. Like here, this is where you can use the ABS and then... Oh my god. So even if we put in a absolutely, personally for me, unrealistic 359 something with that McLaren, I don't think I'm going to take that car. I might be a madman taking that car regardless. And it looks so chaotic because I'm driving that car very, very wrong. Like here, if you just treat it slowly into the turns, it's doing absolutely the things that I want. But mostly I'm not treating it right, you know. This is where the BMW is much more forgiving, like you turn in and it kind of has a good stability, so has the Ferrari. And the McLaren, I think, it is very much on its toes at the front, therefore making the rear lose. So what you want to do is like brake heavy, and as soon as you come off the brake, you want to be like just ever so gently on the brakes to not unsettle the rear, having too much weight at the front. Marlix, I'm running 50.5 at the front. Felt alright, but you see, I was more sideways through Terre Rouge on my fastest lap, fighting the car harder through it. Yeah, it was faster. No, Jakob, I'm doing the 8 PM race. Is everyone doing the 5 PM one? Then I'm sorry I miss out on the top split race. It's 5 PM's too early for me. I have aligned my day around for different time slot. Maybe I'll just need to coast less and like be stronger on the brakes at all times, running a bit more in the ABS, having a bit more stabilization of the car. Oh, I can't wait to see the lap time and see it's like a mid 359 or whatever and be like, fuck's sake, I need to drive that car. It's just mighty quick. Excuse the language. Although that would mean I gain like another second up to the line, which I don't think is happening, but... Let's see, I'm still having my severe struggles into Indianapolis. So... Ever pray? Can we somehow survive that in a good way, without dying up front? Only when keeping a little bit of throttle attached, but I don't think that is beneficial for the overall corner. Arguably at least no time loss. Go too early for Arnage. Let's see what the Porsches are holding up for us now with the adapted and adjusted McLaren setup. Nope. You can't really car is overall slower, it's more balanced now and more giving. Right now, consider the BMW to be the faster choice for me. I'm gonna give it another lap though. Or 03. What is my work out of Simracing? I'm a financial controller in an industrial company. Checking on cost effectiveness and stuff. So, classic office clerk. Shall we give the Ferrari a try, or rather the BMW again? I have like 20-25 minutes left. It is still the best possible I can do with the McLaren. What is your guys' call? I would like to welcome Grakian Bubulk. Oh boy, I'm sorry for butchering your name, mate. Thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it. What do you guys prefer, Ferrari or BMW? Let's see, Ferrari. Couple more of your votes, please. Or Ferrari. Ferrari. Yeah, I don't know in what kind of circumstance that was done. I'm having a 50-degree track temp here. I'm gonna pick the Ferrari regardless. Broomy, thank you so much for the follow, welcome. So we'll be out on track in a moment. Bit on the understeer side in general. Let's see. Jakob, yes, you can do these races back to back if you feel like it. I probably would not, but I guess you're young and fresh, so. I think Ferrari has the longest braking zones. Got also the best sound, but also consumes the most fuel. John Douglas Lord, yeah, this is the Ferrari 296 GT3. I will be horrendously slow in GT3s tonight, oh my god. Okay, that's interesting. ABS, I think. 8. Oh boy. Is it just me, or is that Ferrari like really bad on the brakes? The Ferrari has a pretty neutral balance, generally speaking. I'm gonna find out about it in top speed or high speed corners in a moment. But generally speaking, I was quite happy with the way the Ferrari drove in Imola. See how it takes. Oh, fucking hell. No. The front. Hypnotized meant next race start isn't 35 minutes, but I'm not going to take that car. That race. Have I just taken a very wrong route through Indianapolis or what? Well, hypnotized, the next race goes in 35 minutes and the race after in 3.5 hours. Don't go with the Corvette. You will regret it. Nope, I'm not going to race any daily this week. I guess I need to take that curb to the fully in Indianapolis. Do not touch the curb. Goodbye. That one seems a lot better. No, Luigi, you'll be just 8 kph slower on every straight. The Corvette is off from the more it's fixing. What do you require for the special event? Is it B1 or B2? Like, this is what I like the Ferrari so badly for. The way it's just like staying stable even though you are on the ABS. Terry, a couple more races, then you get P2 in the safety rank, and then you can join the race tonight. Anyway, guys, again, tonight I'll let me focus on Indy first. Was? This makes no fucking sense. What does the car actually do here? More packers on the rear it is. Maybe I'm just also taking the wrong line, but to me it feels that my rear is bottoming out at the back. That's not a dumpers thing, guys. If I die here again, I quickly scrap the car, go back to the BMW. Have there one more adjustment, and see how that goes. And I think I'm gonna be with a Beamer. Mark, I don't know why is everyone talking about the 5 PM race anyway. Like, everyone talks about the 17 PM one as if it... Is that the new, like, top split race that everyone wants to do? The BMW from its balance certainly is a safe bet here at the minute. But now I now have such a high rear. Can't wait on the balance. Paulino, thank you very much for your follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, awesome. Like, just raising the rear and putting the packers doesn't help it. It has nothing to do with the dampers when the car is just grinding onto the gravel and then losing the contact on the rear tires. The car bottoms out in Indianapolis. And if it does that again now, I'll just quickly stop it. Yeah. Much better than before. also be beneficial for any high-speed turn regardless. Yeah, I need to think about things later. Okay. Right. Give it a try. Hey, Rennick Blade, how you doing, bro? Maybe you'll find out straight away that car is too pointy now. Certainly rotating a lot in the back now. You know, the thing is, I might be also overdriving every other GT3 car, whether that is overdriving the Ferrari, whether it is overdriving the McLaren. But I don't feel just goody in that Ferrari. I'm not just feeling comfy in that McLaren. However, if I fail to put, like, what did I put in the McLaren? 59.9-ish. That feels too really sloppy. Maybe I'll need to go a couple of clicks back with what I just did. Anything I've taken a little bit of straight line performance now away from the BMW for a little bit of more rotation in the high speed turns. Just the overall balance on that BMW feels the best at the minute. The only thing I do not know on this BMW is how much is it eating the rears. That is the big question. This is the thing about GT3s, right? If you have a different driving style, I know Yanni likes to have a good front, which in the McLaren you can have that. Absolutely beautiful. It goes into Indianapolis with that change I have. Hey Marlix. Oh yeah. The question to me is how beautifully does it go through the Porsches? I don't feel being wrong with the Beamer. Like, not in the slightest as of right now. 1 or 2 laps for reconciliation. Maybe if anything the rear is rotating a bit too much on the low speed turns. Like here it is a bit too swingy. Although I could obviously leave that little bit for flexibility, as in when I need more rotation, I'm just gonna go push a little harder and then have a little bit more sideways running. It's difficult to say. Car feels quick, car feels also heavy, but could the car do 4 minutes flat or even 3:59 out of the box? That is the big question. Yeah, it is safe to say that all of these GT3s have a very unique feeling, each by themselves. And this might mean if you take 2 drivers that are usually on the same level, give them one car and one might be faster than the other, give them another car and the sheets turn around. Just because I think it is incredibly driving style dependent who is more suiting to a specific car, which is the same thing that you are seeing right now between me and Yanni. Yanni absolutely likes the McLaren's balance. I find it absolutely horrendous. But maybe it's a skill issue on my end as well, like, I don't know. I don't use a triples because I don't want to have the pain to set them up. I do not have a graphic card that would support 3 ultra-wide screens. And I don't want to mess around with different screens on my setups. And that means, because I can't run 3 ultra-wides in a triple, I stay with an ultra-wide in a single because for me it's good enough anyway. My graphic settings are high all around. On the texture, on the car, on the track details, on the vehicle details. Just no shadows and no special effects. Maybe shouldn't hit the curb at all. BMW is also strongest on the brakes, which would increasingly make overtaking more easy on the straights. That is normal on sunset. The GPU is drained harder. Just overall graphic settings down, less anti-aliasing and so on. Rotate, 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 yes, rotate. Keep rotating, could have maybe stayed flat. Lucky Porridge, thank you so much for following. How you doing, bro? Thank you for joining. BMW eats those Ford chicane curves like absolutely lovely. Well, 400.0 flat in the first lap. Not sure how much improvement there is in the car, but I think anything is a tad too oversteer, a tad too tail happy. Final lap. Oh, track limits, come on. Gonna still keep going on like because I don't care about those 60,000s. I'm having a GTX 3080. I never heard of that issue, Christian. Maybe you can lock some trace files and hand them in. Investigation. I never heard about that issue beforehand. The only... does it appear also when drivers are joining the server, or does it appear like when you're doing laps all alone offline? Because it is a known issue that whenever people are joining the server, then the server, like your player, your CPU gets a hiccup and then loses the FFB for a moment and then comes back. But then again, that is a known issue. So guys, again, I can only encourage you to join us live. 7 PM stream will go live, 8 PM the race or the event will start with practice, then qualifying, then races. 2 hours and 24 minutes of racing coming up. Too late. On the brakes, too strong on the ABS, 100s. Oh, exactly 1/10 ahead we were. Let's see if we can fix something in cautious. That is an issue of the tire just overheating straight away. Oh. I might be regretting my choice though. I'll need to make up my mind. Anyway, guys, for the time being, I'm gonna just leave it as where it is right now. I'm gonna think about what car to take on later. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching for the time being. Again, if you haven't done already, leave a subscription on the YouTube channel, give the stream a thumbs up, see each other later on the race, follow us on Twitch to not miss out on the race tonight happening at 8 PM. Stream will go live at 7. And then, guys, we're gonna have a great evening. We're gonna have a great evening of racing. Till then, thank you so much for watching. See you and goodbye. We're gonna have a raid on the Twitch channel now to someone that is racing Le Mans Ultimate. So we're gonna have a looky and then have a great time, guys. See you later. Bye bye.